Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the FOODCASTER show. I am Michael Seven Michael, and today we have a wonderful guest called Sam Eats Plants. How you doing, Sam?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, man. And before we continue, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Soundshark, this interesting little cyber microphone looking thing. It's awesome. And it makes me sound really cool.
Ha.
So how you doing, Sam?
I'm great. I have some things on my mind. I've been thinking about stuff about, we're in 2018, which is a huge political year.
Yeah, it is.
And I think all the primaries are done. But I was thinking about control and taking control over your life and how your life is directed and the directions it can go. But this also includes health, you know? And I feel that probably the biggest fearful health crisis would be cancer. In terms of marketed as something to be completely scared and running away from. Yeah. Which is interesting because it should be heart attacks, because 50% of all heart attacks lead in death. Should be heart attacks, not cancer.
Interesting, yeah.
But, America has done a really good job of marketing fear and cancer.
And you are watching the right show. This is FOODCAST.
It is.
We are going to talk in relation to food having to do, how does food play a role?
Absolutely.
With control and cancer, control of cancer.
Well, we can control what we eat, right?
Wow.
So usually, I think what a lot of people don't understand is everyone has cancer.
Interesting.
And that cancer is a mechanism of the body trying to help itself. So
it's natural.
It's natural.
Because it's a mutation of
a regular
cell.
Yes.
Right.
And so you want our healthy cells to be healthy, and when they start mutating, they're not a healthy cell. But duplication just needs to be under control. And so in any given time of day, you, me, the child on the street, we have at least some cancer cells. It's always there.
You know what's interesting? By you saying it that way, and we did this in school, but it didn't click. Just a mutated cell.
Yes.
Mutated cell doesn't sound as scary as cancer cell.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's still bad, but it doesn't sound as...
I wouldn't even call it bad.
It's just, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is something different. It's clogged artery. It's, I wouldn't even call it bad. It's bad when it's out of control, but even out of control is not what people think. So anyway, the only issue with cancer cells is when you have a state of severe immune depression. So your immune system, for whatever reason, comes down a lot. It could be a stressful time in your life. But besides the regular American diet, which is super depressive on our immune system. But if you move, or if you got fired, or you changed jobs, or you're in a bad breakup, or a death in the family, points of these times in your life, your immune system can shut down. And so for me, as a nutrition counselor, when someone comes to me and they have this type of cancer or that type of cancer, the first question I ask is, 5, 6, or 7 years ago, was there a time of stress in your life where things were really different, really changed, really shocking? And so far, every single client I've ever had says, oh my God, yes.
Wow.
I had back surgery. Or, I had a stalker. This really happened too.
Wow.
I had a stalker. Every single person. So.
Well, this is one of my problems. I'm going to share now.
Please.
I'm actually going to share with you. I stopped eating chicken because, I just kind of use the logic of, well, if, and it really depends on where you're getting your produce from, but if the chicken is stressed out, if it's in a little coop, it's going to release toxins. And I learned that even with us, that when you're stressed out, you release toxins.
Yeah.
So if a chicken, its whole life is stressed, and you're feeding it hormones to grow faster
And other stuff. Yeah.
and other stuff, if I eat this,
It's going to affect you.
it's gonna affect me. Now, listen, if I go to another country and they have a bunch of chickens running around
It's
and they say, yo, we got some fried chicken,
It's a different story for you.
because that's my weakness. Yeah, it's a little different.
Oh, you know what's funny though? I want to say two things about chicken, right?
Right.
So, on data,
Okay.
this is like CDC is recognizing this too.
Okay.
Okay. On data, there are 7 dead viruses in chicken. And when I say dead, it's like we'll have a virus and you cook us,
Right.
the virus is dead. But just because the virus is dead doesn't mean your body doesn't react to it. Because
Oh, wow.
anything that comes into your body reacts. So
Correct.
let's say pasteurized milk
Right.
has tons of viruses, but they're all dead because it's pasteurized. It was cooked down.
Right.
But your body still has to recognize this dead thing and do something with it.
Right.
So in chicken, there are seven recognized dead viruses that have a strong correlation to cancer. 7.
Wow.
So that's how our body's reacting. That's on that portion. But let's take a chicken done the old school way, you know?
Okay.
In the backyard, mom comes out, chops the head off, the children are defeathering and all that. You talking about fried chicken though? It's probably one of the most cancerous
Really?
pieces of food you can eat.
Well, there goes that, ladies and gentlemen.
It's submerged in rancid oil.
Wow.
It's one of the worst. That and barbecuing steak, those are probably the most carcinogenic rich meats cooked in that way that you can eat.
Interesting.
If you want to know the least cancerous way of preparing chicken to eat, it's boiling it. But no one wants that. People don't like boiled chicken.
Wow.
It's the only way to not add more carcinogens.
Well, you know, you
to-
gotta get that cook up, get that soup.
You can make a soup.
You make that soup.
But you and I know it's 2018. People our age ain't not doing that.
They're trying to make no soup.
They're not doing that. They're
So
not.
chicken soup is not as bad.
No, I mean if you want to look at
Again, if it's
let's talk about
range free and all those
let's talk
other
about
things.
cancer.
Okay.
So we're talking about cancer, and we're talking about that scale. The barometer we're using is how cancerous, how not cancerous.
Right.
For it to be chicken,
Right.
chicken in and of itself is already a little carcinogenic, just being
Chicken.
what it is.
Wow.
Which is fine. There's other foods we eat that are too.
Right.
Boiling the flesh is the least cancerous way to eat it. So
Wow.
I'll say it like that.
Right.
And then the higher the temperature, the more cancerous. And then when you add high temperature oil, even more cancerous. And the longer it cooks, the more carcinogenic it gets.
So as a nutritionist, right?
Yes.
Let's get down to brass tacks. I like saying that, brass tacks. Are there things that promote cancer cells?
Oh,
and are there
yes.
things that could kind of reverse the situation?
Yes, it's both.
Okay. So what promotes it?
Okay.
What should we be wary of?
So if you know anyone that has cancer or if you've ever gone to the oncologist with someone that has cancer, one of the things that they make them do is drink this drink. It's like
Right.
super syrupy. And they drink this drink and then they have them, it's not an x-ray, but it's something that can see through your body and can see the tumor cell activities.
Okay.
So you drink this drink and then whoosh, it starts glowing where the cells are, the tumor cells. What they're seeing are the cells getting really happy because they got their food. What the person's drinking is like a sugar syrup drink. So oncologists understand this. They understand that sugar is the food for cancer cells.
Whoa.
But for some reason, knowing this, because they give them this syrup so they can see the cells in activity, right?
Wow.
But knowing this, they tend not to tell people,
Right.
don't eat processed sugar. I don't know why. So they don't say, make sure you stay away from candy, make sure you don't eat food with sugar in it, don't put sugar in your coffee, don't put sugar in your tea.
Wow.
Though, I don't think it's anything malicious. I think they're just not thinking, it's not clicking. Like, yeah, here's sugar so the cells can eat, so we can see it, so we can see where your tumors are. But outside of this doctor's office, do not consume it.
Right. So again, fructose corn syrup, evil.
Basically, anything that's not a whole food sugar It's a bad sugar.
What about brown sugar?
Yes, bad sugar.
What?
Of course. It's not a whole food. Having sugar with no fiber.
Well, finishing that in the fridge and not buying that again. Yes, I am finishing it because I bought it. So.
I mean,
Take
listen. There's a lot of things that we eat that are
Seriously,
not.
no, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to make some sorrel and then move on. Okay. So what can I use then? What
Well, that's a really good question. What I tell.
Wait.
Yeah.
So, say all the ones really quickly. What you should stay away from, and then we could.
All right.
Yeah.
Processed sugar.
Right.
Dairy. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Dairy is the number one reason for breast cancer. Cow's milk dairy. The number one reason. So that's cheese, yogurt, milk, ice cream from cow's milk, all that stuff. Number two is animal products in general, because one of the amino acids, I'll say protein, but it's an amino acid, is methionine. Methionine completely is cancer cell food. That is their food, just like sugar. Sugar more so, but methionine as well. Chicken has the most of it. And then there's fish and eggs.
Wow.
And then beef, and then pork. And then...
Wait, no eggs?
I said egg. Well, we're talking about cancer. You can eat all the eggs you want. Just understand what the risk factors are.
Gotcha.
That's all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Did you say fish too?
I said fish is up there. Absolutely. With methionine levels. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Methionine is an amino acid that is food for cancer cells.
Wow.
Plants have methionine in it too, but like if you ever look at it on a scale, it's like way lower. Way lower. And then in the plant kingdom, there's levels of it too. Like nuts have more than vegetables, but then fruit has less than vegetables. Like fruit has the least amount of methionine out of anything that we can eat. So if I talk to people about cancer, I'm like, eat a lot of fucking fruit.
Wow. Eat
Sorry,
a lot
did
of
you
fruit.
curse on this?
No.
Sorry.
But
Eat a lot of fruit.
It was kind of mumbled, so.
Eat a lot of fruit.
Eat a heck of a lot of fruit.
Eat
That's
a
what
lot
you
of
meant to
fruit.
say.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the big three
Okay.
that I would say. So
Wow.
dairy, sugar, and animal products in general because of the methionine.
Okay. So how can we you know what? Someone says, I love this show. I'm learning about food. I want to take control. I want to reverse this. Let's go with reversing the situation, because I know people want to hear that first.
Sure.
In situations.
Sure.
And then let's talk about prevention. So
Absolutely.
what would be reversing cancer cells?
So one of the things to think of when it comes to mortality in cancer is, chemo has come a long way, but most people die from chemo, not from cancer when it comes to cancer. So I just want to make sure that that's understood. And so you want to do as much as you can outside of chemo
Okay.
to work on reversal. Number one, you get off all animal products completely. You have to.
Okay.
Number two, definitely start doing medicinal eating, like juicing greens, juicing herbs. Juicing herbs gets toxins out of your liver. Your liver will work better. That will get more toxins out of your body.
Okay.
It also gives your cells the minerals it needs to perform optimally in their metabolic functions. We are all overfed and undernourished. Understand that. We're all malnourished, no matter how much food we're eating. In America, we're all malnourished. And on top of that, even the plant food we eat has less minerals in it than it used to 50 years ago.
Right. Yeah, I was watching a documentary and they said that, what was it, 30? I believe it was 30% of nutrition is left in vegetables by the time it gets to your supermarket, actually.
Overall, yeah.
Wow.
That's why farmers markets are important, because there'll be more in farmers markets, and they treat their soil better. So
Okay.
that's why, and you could taste it if you go to a farmer's market. It tastes different, but we're all nutritionally deprived, and so if you have cancer, you want your cells to work optimally, so you have to douse your body with minerals.
Wow.
Greens, vegetables have the most minerals, fruits have the most vitamin. You should be juicing every day. Every day. It almost doesn't matter what you juice, but some things are better than others. Cruciferous vegetables, specifically, on data, lower cancer at extremely huge rates. So we're talking about broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage. I believe bok choy is in that category. So is kale, so is collards. All right, so these are what you want to focus on. What I tell my clients.
So basically greens.
Greens.
Green vegetables.
But I didn't say the lettuces and cruciferous in particular. Greens, yes, the chlorophyll is awesome. Cruciferous in particular. But
so kale, spinach.
Spinach is not cruciferous. Literally cruciferous does so much more than the other vegetables. So if you already have cancer, I really make them stick to it. I say, great, romaine lettuce is fine, sure. It's not gonna hurt and it helps a little bit, but kale helps so much more. You already have cancer, eat the kale, eat the collards, juice them.
Wow.
I wanna say another thing about cruciferous though. So there's different types of colors in some of these vegetables. We've seen like purple cauliflower. I don't know if you've ever seen purple cauliflower, but it exists.
No.
Yellow cauliflower. There's purple cabbage. You've seen purple cabbage?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that purple color comes from an element called anthocyanin. It is extremely powerful in getting rid of cancer. So another thing I tell my clients is, yes, have cruciferous, but then have the purple version too if you can find it. So if you're gonna have cabbage, have the purple cabbage. If you're gonna eat onions, purple onions. Stick to purple grapes, not the green grapes.
Ooh.
Green grapes are great, sure, but you already have cancer.
Wow.
Don't waste your time with the green grapes. Stick to purple, red. Darker the better.
Yeah, player.
Right. Right.
See, I've been saying that for years, but nobody, I mean, a little different, but
Yeah. But those are some things when you already have cancer that you can do. If people are willing to do it, though, I would say go completely raw. Only eat.
Now, that's the only thing, because don't you need roughage?
There's roughage in everything raw. That's fiber.
Yeah, don't you need the fiber?
I didn't say juice.
Oh. Okay,
I do mean juicing too. Hold on, but there are two separate things to say. Okay. I meant just eating raw foods, meaning eating apples, mangoes, salads, cherry tomatoes, seaweed, fresh herbs, dill, basil, cilantro, stuff like that. Avocados, uncooked. And so that's what I mean when I say eat raw foods. I mean, if you're going through a health challenge, a health crisis, why not? I mean, we know what the other outcome could possibly be, which is death, or at least a life of a loss of quality of life, which no one really wants.
No.
So why not just throw yourself into just eating raw?
Right.
Just try it out. Just do it. So so that's not juicing. I was just talking about eating raw, but you said, what about a roughage? Don't you need it? Absolutely. When you juice, you lose the fiber. Absolutely.
Okay.
However, juicing is medicinal. So you and me, I wouldn't say that we should just be on juices all the time. But if you have a health crisis, juicing is extremely beneficial. One, it's super fast uptake of vitamins and minerals because there's nothing to get in the way of it digesting. So it hits your bloodstream quick. When those things are in your bloodstream, they go into your cells quick. Your cells start working properly and start really helping you heal yourself. Two, when you're drinking only juices, your digestive system gets a break. Digesting takes the most energy out of anything we do in a day. Anything we do in a day.
Wow.
So if you eat less, it's less on your digestion, or if you eat things that are just more easy to digest, then you have way more energy to heal, way more energy for your cells to reverse bad stuff that's going on in your body. So juicing is...
I feel like I got so much homework.
Oh, there's tons.
You just gave me so much homework.
There's tons. But but I'm talking about people who already have like the ravages of cancer, not just like a tumor was found. Because honestly, by the time a tumor is found, you probably already had it for at least 7 years. It's not. And then when you go into the doctor's office, they make it seem like crisis mode. Got to do something now. No, you don't.
You just
You've been having it for years. Wow. You've been having it for years, so you can take some 6, 8, 10 months to figure out what you want to do.
Wow.
You really can do that. Wow. For some people, it's been 20 years that they have cancer. There's a story about this YouTube personality whose father was 80 years old riding a bike, got into a bike accident, 80 years old. And because he got in a bike accident, he went to the hospital just to
Right.
check himself out. So they found prostate cancer.
Okay.
So his son was trying to tell him, like, Dad, you probably had this for so long. Like, you're 80, you don't have any of these hormones raging through your body anymore that will tend to feed into it. But
Wow.
he decided to do chemo because that's
Right.
what the doctors told him.
That's what you're supposed to do.
And he was dead in 6 weeks
Wow.
because he's 80. Chemo's hard on the body.
Wow.
He probably had it for decades.
That's interesting.
But it's important to understand that so that we lose the fear of cancer. So that we can make very sound, steady, patient decisions in our own wellness and take control in that way instead of feeling that we have no control and all these other people know more than what our bodies know.
All right, Miss Vegan Lady that eats plants. I want to enjoy my life. I still want to have this and that. And what do you say? Can you do a balance? Can you have a cheat day or a cheat day in the week or cheat the month? Or
if you're dealing with the ravages of cancer, like you have a few tumors all over your body, or if it's in your blood or
you
your
got
lymph nodes.
strict.
No, yeah, why? Like, do you want to be here?
And now what about the average?
The average
average
person?
person.
All right, so
I want to prevent,
you want to prevent?
but I still want to go to the barbecue and hang out and eat and stuff.
Oh,
Is
well,
that possible?
there's levels to it. There's levels to it.
There's levels to this.
There is. So this is what I say. This is what I'll say.
Okay.
Make your home the healthiest sanctity, like area of sanctity in your life.
Okay.
Do not bring harmful foods in your home.
Okay.
I think if you can start there, then when you go out and you hang with friends for brunch and you do things on certain holidays or you go on vacation, then how much more your body has to work to get the garbage out, it's at least lessened. Because understand, your body is always trying to get the garbage out that we're always throwing at it. And if you already live in New York City or LA and we're breathing bad air, we can't do anything about the air.
No.
If you have awful water, which is most of America, not just Flint, Michigan,
Okay.
it's most of America, we can't really do much about that either. But we can control what we eat, and we have to understand that. So if in your home you make sure you have real food, fruits, potatoes, squashes, learn how to cook if you don't know how to cook. Put stuff together. Make sure that you don't use too much oil. Make sure that if you buy almond butter or you buy a cereal that there's no sugar added. It's really hard to find. Really hard to find. Same with bread. Make sure it has no sugar added. Also really hard to find. You really have to go to like a health food market. But if you can do that in your home, you're much better off. And one of the benefits is if you do eat from home a lot and then you go out and have fun, you will feel sick. And it will make you not eat that garbage as much.
And that's been happening.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That means your body's working better.
I am not going to shout out junk places that I eat or have eaten. But I can't eat the same things no more.
No.
And it's interesting because I'll be like, oh, let me just, I haven't had this in a while. And I'll eat it and it'll taste great.
Yeah.
And then after, it's like, why did I do that?
Absolutely. And it helps us from doing it as often as we would, which is good for your body. You don't want your body to always be working to get the junk out, because if that's what your body's always doing, you don't think as well, your eyesight will go, all these other things will stop working. Because your body is one entity. You have a certain amount of energy that you can put to different functions. If your body's always trying to digest garbage food, then everything else lessens. That's why when people go on like juice cleanses, they're like, oh my God, I had so much mental clarity. I could think so much better. Yeah, because you weren't digesting garbage.
Wow.
So now your body can actually work better. People say that the whites of their eyes get whiter.
Now I'm looking. Wow, the white of your eyes are like ridiculous.
I don't really know. I had a function last night and I woke up early, but
it's amazing. It's real, folks.
We definitely just have like a certain capacity of energy that can be spent, and like how much do you really want it all spending on our digestion? You know what, let me tell you this. It is said that in the standard American diet, the amount of energy that our body uses on digesting food is 80%. which means 20% is
Wow.
for kidney function, liver function, thinking, walking, like all the rest. This is why everyone's always tired and they're addicted to coffee.
Wow.
Why do we need coffee?
But this
Do
also-
lions need coffee?
Wait. This also explains why people are so clumsy.
That's
You know, they can't walk and
never
talk.
thought about that.
And I'm a multitasker, so now I'm thinking. Now I can multitask even more. I can do 20 shows online.
I didn't
Dun,
even think
dun,
of that.
dun, 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 dun. It's coming, folks.
I didn't even think about that. I mean, that's a really good point.
That's crazy.
That's a really good point. So you know, it's up to you. So when you leave and you like, okay, I'm eating French fries, or I'm gonna have a ton of ice cream. I'm like, I really, no one should be eating dairy. Like, no matter who you are, you really shouldn't be eating dairy. It does nobody any good.
So it's interesting. It's just recently I've been taking a look at dairy. So some of this is old for me, but some of this is new. So, and you know, this is why I'm blessed to be able to interview or talk or have conversations with different people. Thank you so much for coming, because it is a journey.
Yes, it is.
I'm not there yet. So any hardcore vegan that's like, you see of something I post, or if you catch me eating something, oh well.
Yes.
Don't be mad. Don't be judgmental, because there's a lot of that going on too.
Absolutely.
Which is like, really?
I know. That's how
Really?
I feel. I feel exactly the way you do.
Really, guy? Really?
Even in my talks, I'm like, eat less meat.
Right.
I don't eat meat,
I don't eat meat either.
but I want to be
Right.
realistic about this.
Right.
Like, eat far less. No, but dairy does nothing good for us.
Okay.
It does nothing good and so much bad.
So I have a thing of, I love to make pasta.
Yes.
And I have this, about this big.
Yes.
Because, you know,
Why not?
You know those stores where you can get everything.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't pay, so I'm not going to promote you. But, and I'm like, it's this big and I have this much left. I'm like, well, I'll just use it out and stop. But I kind of,
Who says don't eat pasta?
no, not the pasta, the Parmesan cheese. You know, like when you, the pre-grated, but now I'm like conflicted because I bought this big thing and now I'm like, well,
Give it to a friend.
yeah. Well, I feel even bad about that because I know it's
people
not,
say that.
you know?
Yeah, but people say things like that because I always tell people give it to a friend. I hate waste.
I don't like waste.
And then people
yeah.
say, but I don't want to give it to my friend. I'm like, you probably have a friend that doesn't give two thoughts about
Right.
what they're eating.
All right,
just give it
so
to them anyway.
anybody that knows me, DM me if you want some. I got a couple things that you might got a couple things you might want. So hit me up. Yeah, it is what it is. Do we have enough to do a part 2 to this, or you want to do another?
We can do a part 2.
Okay. All right. So if you're watching this, we have Sam Eats Plants, and thank you so much.
Yeah.
And we will continue to talk about these wonderful. In fact, I'm going to stop this, but I'm going to keep the Facebook live stream. Keep it going.
Got it.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching. Please continue. You're watching the FOODCASTER show. Michael, and enjoy the journey, enjoy life, be good to yourself, and be good to your body, so your body can be good to you. How about that? I never say the same thing. Okay, so let's stop.